Hi, this is James Ward from wardnet.com, and today I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of how I use the taxonomy menu module to create menu hierarchies in Drupal. To do this, we're going to need 5 modules: the taxonomy menu module, path auto to fix up the URLs and breadcrumbs, and the views module to give some depth to our category, and taxonomy breadcrumb to also get the breadcrumbs working on our nodes. So let's head over to our install and get these set up. First off, we're going to need the path module enabled for path auto as well. I'm going to leave taxonomy breadcrumb to the end so I can show you exactly what it's doing. Token and taxonomy menu, just the base module, and views UI. Okay, once those are set up, let's go and create our taxonomy. So we're going to add a new vocabulary to categorize all the content on the site, and we're going to call it category. We're going to assign it to both our page and story content type, and in the taxonomy menu settings we're going to locate the menu on the primary links. You also want to uncheck add item for vocabulary. This is going to keep the actual vocabulary name, in this case the word category, from appearing in our menus. And go ahead and save that. Okay, now list taxonomies, and there's our category taxonomy, and let's add some terms. So we're going to create our root category and call it cat1 and save that, and then we'll create a subcategory, call it subcat1, and under advanced options we're going to set its parent to our cat1 base category. Then we'll do subcat2, and its parent will also be cat1, and I'm going to add a little bit of weight to that so that it appears after subcat1. And you can see already we've got category 1 appearing up here, and I've already created some content, so why don't I go over to my content and assign it to some of these categories. So we'll start at the bottom here at the subcat2 story. So we now have our category, and we will select subcat2 and save that. Then our subcat1 story, select subcat1, save that. And finally our base category story, cat1, and save that. Okay, so if we go into cat1, we're seeing our cat1 story, which is nice, but we're not seeing our subcategories, which is actually more of a theme issue. Go into site buildings, menus, and the source for the secondary links, we want it to be the expanded primary links appearing in there. So if we save that and go into category 1, now we see subcat1, subcat2. So if I click subcat1, there's my subcat1 story. If I click subcat2, there's my subcat2 story, and back up to cat1. Pretty good, except I would like category 1 to have a little bit of depth and actually show the stories that appear in the categories beneath it. So we should be seeing cat1, subcat1 story, and subcat2 story. Now we can accomplish this with a view. So let's go over to site building views, and views comes with a default taxonomy term view. So enable that and edit it. In the default taxonomy term view, there's an argument taxonomy term ID with depth, and what we want to do here is add a level of depth. So by default the depth is 0. We're going to go 1 level below that, and also while we're in here, let's fix the breadcrumbs so that when you're in a subterm it'll show the correct breadcrumb for its parent's term. I'll show you an example of that in a second. So click update, click save, and let's go back out to category 1. Now we've got it. So category 1 is now showing the cat1 story, the subcat1 story, and the subcat2 story, as well as its subcategories within the menu. So now if we go into subcat1, it's showing just its story, but it's also fixed the breadcrumb so that it now also shows the category that is above it in the breadcrumb. So we're almost done. The only things that we're missing here is our URLs are a little messy. They've got category twice before they get to cat1 and subcat1. And when we get down into stories, our breadcrumbs break, and we've got just node 2. And we'd like a path that shows it's in cat1 / subcat1, and then / the story name. So we're going to fix that up with, we're going to fix this pathing up first by editing the URL aliases. And here's the aliases that are causing us our problems. So first, let's clear out all the aliases that we've got. And let's change our automated alias settings. So for node paths, instead of content / title raw, we want to change those to term path raw / title raw. So this will give the full taxonomy term path to that node and its raw title. And I'm going to click to bulk generate aliases for these nodes. Now for the taxonomy term paths as well, this is why we're getting our double category. We've got category and then the vocab name, which is also category, and then the actual category path. So if we just take this all the way back to just cat path raw and bulk generate these aliases as well and save our configuration. Okay, so now if we go to category 1, we're just seeing /cat1. If we go to subcat 2, we've got cat1 / subcat 2. And if we go into our story, we're seeing cat1 / subcat1 / the story name. So the only thing we're still missing here is the breadcrumbs for our story. So go back into administer, back into site building and modules, and enable taxonomy breadcrumb. Save that, and right out of the box it should just work. If we go down to our subcat1 story now, it's got our correct breadcrumbs and our correct URL path. That's it. Till next time.